mawaziri mlio hapo, gavana wetu Mheshimiwa Sakaja, Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker sir, na CECs mlio hapa, na nimeona leader of majority wa kutoka city yetu ya Nairobi, na wale MCAs wengine wote, karibuni sana. Your Excellency the Governor of the city of Nairobi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our constitution establishes two levels of government distinct in mandate, yet interdependent in purpose. It recognizes that as our capital city grows, responsibilities expand, and national priorities evolve, the institution of government must work in structured partnerships within the law, in coordination, and in the national interest to guarantee effective governance and reliable service delivery. It is in this constitutional spirit of cooperative governance that we are gathered here today to strengthen collaboration between the national government and the Nairobi City County government, and to deliberately raise the performance, efficiency, and global standing of our city. Nairobi is not merely another devolved unit. Nairobi is our capital, the seat of the Republic, and the nerve center of national administration. It hosts diplomatic missions from across the world. It is home to 2 United Nations agencies. Nairobi is the only UN headquarters presence in the global south, and it stands as a commercial, financial, and innovation hub of our region. For many visitors and investors, Nairobi is not just the face of Kenya. Nairobi is Kenya. That standing carries a serious obligation. A capital city must work, as Governor will tell us. It must function. It must meet the highest standards of order, infrastructure, efficiency, and service delivery, not only for its 5 million residents, but also for the millions who depend on it every day. Yet, the fiscal and operational framework of county financing was not designed for a capital city of this scale and responsibility. Nairobi carries national, regional, and global obligations, but is funded largely through the same formula as other counties. Today's cooperation agreement is designed to close the gap. It is actually designed to close that gap fully and within the confines of the law and the Constitution. Let me be clear on the legal foundation. Article 189(2) of our Constitution requires the 2 levels of government to cooperate, assist, and consult each other. The Intergovernmental Relations Act provides mechanisms for formal coordination agreements. This agreement is anchored in the Constitution, in the Intergovernmental Relations Act, and in the Urban Areas and Cities Act. We are not operating in a vacuum. There is no transfer of functions happening. For the avoidance of doubt, I have no interest in running the city of Nairobi. My hands are full. The governor and his team must run the city of Nairobi. But I have an obligation as the President of Kenya to assist the city of Nairobi. This cooperation agreement focuses on 4 key work streams: water and sewerage, roads, bridges and drainage, housing and related infrastructure development, including lighting, as well as solid waste management and Nairobi rivers regeneration. Exercise of public participation to begin. Let's have the people of Nairobi speak to it. This is what we want to do for the city of Nairobi.
Of the public, for you to do something, then you say you're going to do public participation on it. It means that you've already made up your mind and that you're going to do an exercise that is cosmetic. Number two, they have said the agreement takes force in within 14 days from yesterday. That tells you that we have under 13 days to be able to complete that public participation. I've also pointed out to you that if you read at the agreement at clause 6.2, they are saying any amendments that will arise from the public participation will be included. They are not anticipating a scenario where the people of Nairobi say we are rejecting the entire thing, you know. So, and there are other clauses in the document itself that say the parties can enter into supplemental, agreements without the participation of the people. So we are saying shelve this thing, go through a proper process. There are legal mechanisms for you to channel money. If the need of Nairobi, for instance, has been identified as unique, the way the counties receive money for unique purposes like building of headquarters and building of county aggregation parks, we can be given a conditional grant to do our street lighting in Nairobi and retain fidelity to the Constitution. The statement here that it actually complicates the audit process. Do we call this committee to the Public Accounts Committee? When the Auditor General goes to do her audit at the county government and she's told, oh, some of the documents are at National Treasury, the others are CG where, it becomes very difficult for her to do her job. And that is why we are saying, let us maintain fidelity to the Constitution. There are ways to channel monies. For instance, I've given you the example of county aggregation parks.
More dams, around 2 to 3 dams. We only need close to around 100 billion. And we solve this water challenge permanently. And that 100 billion can come from the county government and the national government. County government alone, according to the recent World Bank report, clearly states that county government should be having an on-source revenue of close to around 67 billion Kenya shillings. Which means that if a governor is competent enough, should be collecting 67 billion. Then with an additional of approximately over 20 billion from the national government, that's 87 billion Kenya shillings. But what do we always declare? We have a budget of 43 billion Kenya shillings annually. The governor has never reached even a collection. We've never implemented this budget fully because every time the government is boasting of having collected 12 billion, that is what he declares. Meanwhile, he has only a right of viewing only. So it means that the fact that he agreed that he should be viewing means that there's money that he gets from the back door. Okay? So this Nairobi is a graveyard of corruption. All these things which are being introduced is just about corruption. In only one financial year, Nairobi should be run on 87 billion Kenya shillings. So that is even an understatement, which means that they are collecting so much money that they are not declaring. The other day, the Auditor General was complaining. Audit report was showing that the county government of Nairobi, through the controller of budget, approved funding to the county government of Nairobi, and these funds disappeared. Actually, they're even using private companies to siphon these monies. 150 million disappeared. I hope you saw that. It was everywhere. So what does that tell you about the state of our county?